I'm currently on the Clark County Council running for re-election. I want to thank Farm Bureau for hosting this and everybody that came out this rainy evening. I grew up about 4 miles from here on a dairy farm. We milked 100 Holstein dairy cows and farmed about 400 acres of corn and soybeans. My brother Terry still farms about 1,200 acres from New Orleans and Jeffersonville. I learned a lot of problem solving growing up on the farm. And then, so when I after I had raised my kids, which I've got 4 boys I raised, they range from 35 to 25, and I've got a grandchild in Florida with my oldest stepson. I decided that I wanted to get involved. Well, the way it came about was probably not the way I'd hoped it would. My youngest son was riding with a drunk friend in Oak Park, and they had a bad car crash, and he was killed. And for therapy, I decided to clean the park up that they crashed into. And it was at the time it was called Sylvan Park. And with my son being an Eagle Scout, I knew what the kind of projects that Eagle Scouts could do, or have the opportunity to do if we had a place for them to do it. So I went to the Jeffersonville Parks Department and got them to allow me to get it renamed after Kyle. We got it cleaned up, and then we had some Eagle Scout projects performed there. But where this kind of connection with government was, I struggled with getting through jumping through all the loopholes you have to jump through when you mess with government. We had to deal with the Corps of Engineers, we had to deal with the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, the Parks Department, city, the county. So after doing that, I thought, I think I might just run for city council. So I ran for city council, come real close to winning, and learned a lot. I have a lot of new friends because of that. So the very next year, county council was up, and with me being really growing up in the rural areas, I know a lot of people out in the county, and I thought I could do a lot of good. I ran for Clark County Council and was very fortunate that voters in Clark County decided to let me go to work for them. So I'm now here to my second term, looking to try to get reelected one more time and see what I can do. For the most part, in the county has been strapped ever since I've been on the county. We basically have been putting out fires. The 07 council had a little bit of money in their rainy day fund, and they decided to try to do a good thing. They tried to lower their budget, which they thought would help make taxes lower in the county. As it turned out, that money was spread around, and they really never did do that. And then the next year was when they come in with the tax caps, and the state said, well, you're stuck with what you've got. So instead of having maybe an $18 million budget, we had a $14 million budget, and we've kind of gone from there. So we went through our rainy day fund pretty quickly. I served with Jack Kaufman. Like I said, we put out a lot of fires, and we continue to cut to the bone, try to make government as efficient as we can. And we've got levy appeals in place trying to get that money back. The state doesn't seem to think that we should get it back. But just so you understand, there's a lot of counties that are our size that have an 18 and 20 and a $25 million budget, so we have 14. And we've got a lot of other challenges this year, and we just got to keep working until we can get through it. But I do support the airport. I'm a private pilot. I use that facility out there, and it's one of the most outstanding airports in the region. And as Rick alluded to, it is a hub. It's the one of the finest small airports in the state, and we need to support that. But anyway, I appreciate you all coming out, and I appreciate your vote. Thanks.